Checking out the Shade 45 Spotlight Special. Exclusively on Shade 45.
Shade 45, we are back. This is the Shade 45 Spotlight Special.
Yes.
Spotlighting, of course, Bad Meets Evil. We just heard Fast Lane. Now we're going to get into a song that makes complete sense about the two of you getting back together in a non-intimate way, of course.
There's so many eroticisms going on in this fucking interview. I think I might have actually said a couple myself, man. We got to go back and like really
evaluate.
Take some of this shit out, or leave it in and loop it. One of the two.
Hey.
Hey.
Anyways, the next track is called "The Reunion,"
God damn.
and it is produced by Sid Rome's, who's actually two people, Joey Chavez and I forget his man's name. God damn. And of course, you also co-produced on this one as well. Again, I guess it kind of speaks to you guys kind of growing up, kind of putting all the bullshit aside.
Except it's not a very grown-up record at all, is it?
No, but these guys haven't.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah, this is based on a true story.
So, do you care to illuminate the people a little bit?
Nah, just it's based on a true story. So listen.
Okay. Well,
It's called The Reunion. Check it out.
It's called The Reunion. This is actually how we link back up. This is the true story behind how we link back up.
The Reunion on Shade 45.
This next song.
Exclusively on Shade 45.
Shade 45 Spotlight Special. I am Reef the Streets. I'm here with Royce the 5'9", Eminem, and the Overseer, Paul Rosenberg. We just listened to The Reunion, and we're getting to the fourth track on this EP, entitled "Above the Law," produced by Mr. Porter, who we know as Denon, and he produced the bulk of this record. And kind of describe his role in I guess working with the two of you separately and together, and how his influence helped the overall development of the project.
Well, you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Porter is kind of like he was kind of like the glue between me and Marshall for a minute. Like, me and him was working together for a while before me and him started working together. Then we all started traveling together, having a lot of creative conversations, and we just felt like when you got somebody that good in house, like, you don't really need to look in a whole lot of different directions. You know what I'm saying? So, and we didn't know what we was doing. We wasn't going out looking for beats because we didn't even know we was doing a project. We were just cutting random. So he'd bring something to the studio, and
you were keeping it organic.
Yeah, we were just keeping it organic.
Yeah, and sometimes on some of them trips, he would bring his computer or bring beats with him. You know, put the shit on a CD, give it to me, give it to Royce, and we would just go through and Nani, I feel like.
The Shade 45 Spotlight Special. Exclusively on Shade 45.
All right, we are back. The Shade 45 Spotlight Special. I am Reef, a.k.a. Reef the Streets, with Royce the 5'9", Eminem, Bad Meets Evil, From Hell.
No.
No.
Hell, the sequel.
Hell, the sequel. My bad. I'm
This
thinking of that
guy.
movie, the slasher Jack the Ripper movie, From Hell. Anyways.
It came out 10 years ago.
I know. I'm dating myself yet again.
Hey!
Now, this next track I actually heard in its infancy, so to speak, and I guess it talks about what you were telling us before, Royce, about how you and Denon were working together independently, kind of sketching ideas out. And I remember you playing this song for me. I think it was at the Not Afraid video shoot.
Oh, you talking about I'm on Everything?
Yes, I'm on Everything, and it's a crazy Mike Epps sample, and let's talk about it real quick because it deals with substances. And how did you get everybody to sign on? So
this was the record that Royce brought me. This was the one you brought me first. This was the record that Royce brought me first, and he played it for me, and I heard the hook, and I liked this verse, but I was thinking, like, how the fuck am I supposed to, what would I say on this? You know what I'm saying? So I had to just like throw caution in the wind on it. I had to just sit with it for a second and like, oh, okay. Let me. Was
that difficult for you because the song deals with substances? It deals with booze. It's dealing with liquor, weed, everything.
Yeah, I just had to put all of that shit aside for a second and just approach the record how I would approach it. You know what I'm saying? And not try to overthink it. You know? Well, wait a minute, I don't do everything anymore. Yeah, fuck that.
I guess Royce, when you initially came up with this record with Denon, did you think that Marshall was going to get on it?
No.
Shade 45 Spotlight Special. Exclusively on Shade 45.
We are back on the Shade 45 Spotlight. I am Reef. He is Marshall, and he is Royce.
Is on Twitter,
and Royce is on.
I'm not on Twitter.
Royce,
I promise.
Royce is a Twitter addict. By the way, why don't you just give out your Twitter right now?
Follow me at The Real Royce 59.
There it is.
The Real Royce, all spelled out with the number 59.
And that's ROYCE for you illiterates out there, aka our loyal listening public. The song Kiss, which I was a little shocked by the title, considering you're not kissing each other. Let's keep it funky. But produced by Bangladesh, you know, a guy that produced a Millie for Lil Wayne. Let's talk about the genesis of that record real quick, and you know, what's it all about?
I think one of the reasons that record came about was after listening to the EP and listening to everything we had. I think, you know, Royce and I wanted to do, like, we had so much fun doing some of the records, like I'm on Everything and, you know, the back and forth and whatnot, that we wanted to have at least one more record like that, where we, you know what I'm saying, like where we just kind of went in there and just kind of spazzed out and just see what happens. You know, what if I say this line? What would you say, you know, after I say this? And the best part about it is kicking him out the room, letting me say my line, and then have him come back, hear it, then I go out the room. You know what I'm saying? It's the like, I don't sit there and listen to what he's laying while he's laying it, and he doesn't do that with me. It's kind of like we want to surprise each other, and it's like, okay, like I'll come back in the room, listen to what he did. All right, give me a second, you know, think of something, go in there and say it. You know, he'll come back in. Oh, okay, you said this. All right, I'm gonna say this, and that's, you know, that's where the fun comes in when we start doing that kind of shit. So
it seems like you had a lot of fun overall on this project.
Shade 45 Spotlight Special. Exclusively on Shade 45.
All right, we're back.
We're back, and we're about to get into more from Bad Meets Evil, and this song, I guess this is like, reminds me a little bit of you know, your past record, Marshall, where the music was like stadium music. It was described to me as by somebody that you really get that kind of like, you're in a big ass venue and the lighters are up in the air and you're on stage and you're rocking on that type of level where the music just sounds big and dramatic. And this song is called Lighters, speaking of lighters, featuring Bruno Mars, and kind of give us a little insight into the record. And oh, what do you know? You co-produced this one too. What do you know?
What do you know? As well as Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruno Mars is incredible, man. Like,
Yes.
he's, you know, ever since, like, I think the first time I heard him was on the B.O.B. record. And then from there, I started, like, really kind of doing my research and, like, really checking out shit that he's doing. And the dude's an incredible talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way he sings and some of them notes he hits and shit, he's fucking sick with it. So we had the original beat, didn't have him on there. But there was a kind of a guideline chorus, or how would you say it? Kind of like a rough chorus on there at first. There was a rough chorus on there, and me and Royce laid our verses to it, and basically just went to him, approached him, and see if he would do it. You know, was hoping that he'd be down to do the record, and he was. So, and then he came in and he rewrote some things and put his own twist on it, and
Because it's a little bit more serious than some of the other records, which are kind of just more like, you know, lyrical and fun and kind of like not shock value, but you know what I'm saying?
A lot of this shit is, I'd say a majority of the EP, the bulk of it is just us having fun and just wanting to go in there and kind of just do some, like, let's not stick to the basic, you know, the typical album structure, you know, of the way everybody else is doing things, and try to be, you know, go out of our way to do things. Let's just have fun with it first and see where it takes us. And then some of these records came in a little bit later, and this one in particular, we did feel like we don't want.
Only by Eminem Addicts. Subscribe.